Hi, Deanne. How are you?
Hi, Beverly. I'm doing good. Thanks for coming on with me today.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you. Thank you. So, how are things going?
Well, things are going good. The challenge is interesting, and so I'm excited to get my first interview with you today.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Yeah, and you're my first interview as well, so I appreciate that.
Sure. So, do you want me to start?
Sure.
So, I think one of the things that I've always wondered is what is your favorite aspect of affiliate marketing? Because, there are so many different aspects to this game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's a big question. Yeah, there's a lot, and it is quite a wide field. And I think it's just the fact that I can go out and I can build a business. I don't have to spend an eternity trying to come up with something that people want and doing the R&D and the focus groups and the trial and error for a product. I can just take what's already working and I can just go out there and start marketing it and making money. So it really is, it's a big shortcut, I think.
Absolutely, I agree, and that's one of the reasons I got into it too, is because I first wanted to, find out what funnels were, and his name, Russell
Hmm.
Brunson.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Hmm.
um, and then I realized that making funnels isn't easy, and having somebody else come up with all of the architecture of doing an
Hmm.
affiliate business, I think, is just a lifesaver.
It is. It definitely is. So, yeah, I like that about it as well. The tech is, well, some companies the tech is done for you, some it's not. So you have to figure it
Mhm.
out by yourself. And yeah, that's time consuming and costly.
I agree. I agree. Um, Another question I did have for you anyway was how do you re-engage your audience that has kind of fallen off?
Hmm. You mean by like social media or email or
Yeah, anything, emails, social media.
email? So email is something that I'm always trying to figure out the combination of, getting the content or getting it to land first and not being spam and to get opened and to get clicked. So I tried to do a re-engagement campaign, and it's funny you mentioned Russell Brunson because one thing I do with my email when people have dropped off, I found a YouTube video of Russell Brunson, and I do this re-engagement campaign. So basically it's like, oh, have you seen this video from Russell Brunson? He said blah 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 blah, and it's a name people know, and they go and they. So it's not like some obscure person. They know Russell Brunson, so they go and click on, hey, what did Russell Brunson say about making money online? So he has credibility, and all I really want to do is just get people to open. Just open the email, and whether they click or not, that's a whole other story. But just open the email, and so that's how I try to re-engage them that way. And once they open, I immediately send them to buy something. And so because now their interest is piqued, and then they go buy something, and so now I really have brought them back in, and I try to keep them in by continuing to send them emails. When it comes to social media, that's a little bit harder. I haven't been on like Facebook in a long time, so that's a good question. I will have to figure that out once I get back on there. But I'll probably just start you know, doing a similar thing with, hey, have you seen this? And maybe bringing somebody again like Russell Brunson who they know about, and they don't have to believe me. They can just believe this guy. He knows what he's talking about. So probably something like that once I get back into, onto Facebook. But I'll probably start. I mean, it's not really a matter of re-engaging them at that point. It's a matter of getting them in the first place. So I have to build up my audience all over
You have to
again.
start over. That's crazy. I
I
feel
do, yeah, for the fifth time, start all over again. But
Are
each
you
time.
going are
Hmm?
you going to be able to start over? Will they let you back on?
I don't know. I bought a whole computer. Oh, it's sitting back there. I bought a whole computer to find out. So, you know, I'll see. I'll probably try to get back in there this weekend and see what happens. If
Hmm.
not, I'm not sad without Facebook. I kind of like it. But that's where a lot of the money is, so that's where I want to be. But otherwise, I don't, you know, part of the reason I haven't been on so long is that I don't really want to be on Facebook. So I've hesitated and I've hemmed and hawed, and it's like, ugh, do I have to? Yes, I do need to. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. I can't wait. Actually, I'd love to have you back on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do
Uh,
kind of miss some things about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This next question kind of, I think, rolls into it. How do you build trust with your audience when you're recommending affiliate products?
hmm so it really has started before I recommend anything. I try to
Yeah.
be real with people, and I think people kind of like that I spend a lot of time talking to them about my own experiences, my own failures, and I share those things. And I think that really builds trust because it's not like I'm going out there and rah 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 and buy this stuff. It's gonna change your life and that sort of
Mm.
thing. So it's like, well, okay, I tried that. It didn't work. I tried for a year and I made $273. So I try to just be real with people and share value, try to give without always asking for something. But mostly it's just, like when I was on Facebook, I would go live and just talk. I would come back from the gym and I'd be like, I really didn't want to go to the gym today, but I went and I come, but I'm going on live, just looking however I look when I came back. I didn't get all prettied up and still sweating. Hair's a mess, and I didn't want to be at the gym. I didn't want to go live either, and so I had to do both. And I just share those things that real people can relate to. So I think that really has done a lot for me. It's just being real, you know.
I think that's important, and that's something that, the hurdle that I'm trying to get over right now because I'm going, why would anybody want to sit here and look at me sweaty from getting off my horse or hiking or ski,
Hmm hmm
and that kind of stuff. And, it's like Wayne's always saying that don't care what people think.
Yeah, yeah.
Bottom line is it's not up to me to care how they think.
hmm Yeah,
Just
there'll
go from
always be
there.
somebody that has something to say about, oh yeah, she was sweaty on the internet. But there's always somebody, more people, I think, who will appreciate that, and that's who you want. So the other people are not your people. Don't worry about them. But yeah, just don't care. That solves it all, really. Yeah, I'm not totally there yet where I don't care, but most of the time I think I don't, I don't care a whole lot, you know.
Well,
So,
you really come across as just being real. I feel like I know you, even though I've never met you.
mhm,
And that's something that I need to, get out of my shell a little bit more,
mhm,
which is kind of strange. I think the only reason that I feel this way is because I hate taking selfies. I've never been a selfie
mhm,
person. And so to see
mhm.
myself on camera and doing stuff like this, it's like, why? But I appreciate others that have put themselves out there. And so I
Mhm,
can see the value of it.
mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't want to be out there either, and I did it on a challenge, the last 30-day challenge that Wayne had, and that was the only thing that got me out there because I was not out there, didn't want to be out there, and even when the challenge was over, I thought, okay, I'm going to be done when this 30 days is up. I'm quitting, but yeah, I couldn't quit at that point. So, but it just takes.
I've been looking forward to the end of this first interview before it
Oh,
started. No, I know. I'm still just kind of, okay, take a breath.
yeah. You want me to ask you some questions, or do you?
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So you live in Tahoe.
We
Um,
do. My parents first moved to Lake Tahoe in 1967,
oh, wow.
and when I was 10 years old. So it's been my home. And only recently, we also have our place in Tahoe that we now live in the summer, but in the winter, we're just down the hill in the Carson Valley. So we don't have to deal with all the snow anymore.
Mm,
But it's right
okay.
there. It's like, 50 minutes away.
Oh, okay, that's nice. And
I
you're
mean, I can practically see my house from here. I mean, I can see the Sierra
oh,
Mountains. I
your
see
other
where I can
house.
ski,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
yeah, so it's
Oh,
close. But now we're doing the dual thing.
okay,
So
that's cool. And you're on the California side, right?
California, when we're in Tahoe in the Carson Valley, it's in Nevada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
right
okay.
on the,
Carson
we
City.
live
Okay,
right
yeah.
on the line. Yeah,
Mhm.
Carson
Okay.
City, Nevada.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you have horses, right? How did that come to be with the horses? And where are they now that you're in Carson City? I mean, how do you manage that?
Well, in the Carson Valley, we actually have acreage that my horse is right here in my backyard.
Okay.
I can look out the window and see them.
Uh-huh.
And so that was one of my life dreams is to be able to have my horses with me. I only have one now, but when I had a couple, I was always boarding them, and that was
Mhm.
harder, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I really love that aspect of the dual citizenship thing we got going on.
hmm Okay. And so how I guess how did you come to have horses and
Well, I was horse crazy as a kid, and I was actually born in Hollywood, California. Yeah, that
oh,
Hollywood.
okay.
And lived down in Southern California until my parents moved up to Lake Tahoe.
hmm
And me and my sister would always go to the local stables and just get on, rent the horses for an hour, get on them, and just jump on and ride. So once I became an adult and was able to buy my own horse, and have had horses for like 45 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, part of my lifestyle,
hmm
along, with the mountains and skiing and hiking and riding, and very active as much as I can. And now that
hmm
I'm getting older and older, I'm like going, oh,
hmm
actually, I don't know if I should be talking about this right now.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. We'll get off of that. But how does that because you are very active and you travel and you have your horses and I'm sure they take a lot of care and your land and all of that. How do you fit in a business with all of that work that you have to do?
It's it's easier than it sounds, I guess, because like I said, right here, my horse is right here with me. My dog's here, my
hmm
husband's here, he's out in the back.
hmm
I can walk out my back door and, do all of the things that I want to do. So,
hmm
and then just come back in and sit down and do some work on the computer.
Okay. Cool. And you really do, I think, live that laptop lifestyle that people want, right? Because you have pictures from where were you? And were you the Netherlands? And
And we were in Holland in the Netherlands in
hmm
for April for Tulip Fest, which was a bucket list. And then
hmm
we went to Italy and Switzerland this
hmm
summer. And next summer we're going to Greece. So we're at the time in our lives where now this is what we're doing.
hmm
And I really like being able to fill in the affiliate marketing aspect of it because I don't have to do it 24/7 or even,
hmm
40 hours a week or anything like
Yeah.
that. And it gives me some extra cash and,
hmm
that kind of thing. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
enjoying
nice.
it. And, my family's always been entrepreneurial. Both my parents had their own businesses. I've had my own businesses in other aspects. And in fact, I've started hand coding HTML websites in like, I was trying to
Really?
think, I think it was 1996.
Oh, wow.
I know. So and I had my own website development business.
hmm
And
See, look at
so
about you.
but being an affiliate is a lot easier than having to come up with all your own work. You can just recommend, aspects of software and different things for other people
hmm
and to help them in their business or, so I'm enjoying this aspect.
Okay, good, good. And how long have you been in affiliate marketing?
It's funny you ask that because it had to have been about 1996 was the first time I ever got an affiliate link. And that was for a little old website that first came out back then called Amazon Books.
Oh my gosh.
And because I was into horses and everything, and I had a website that I built about horseback riding around the
hmm
Sierra, and Amazon had books about horses and about horse training and about,
hmm
I go, oh, this is a perfect fit for my website. So I got the affiliate link and I put the pictures of the books on my website, and people could click on them. I didn't really make any money, but it was my first foray into being an affiliate marketer.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah. So and now here you are, VIP. So you're a VIP in your business. How long have you been? How long have you been in that program?
About, I think it was about 2.5 years so far.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a slow, kind of slow poking along with it, and getting more into this aspect of what we're doing with this challenge is going to spur me forward.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, started, and I think the outcome, when you think about what could happen, it is very exciting, and so I think it's definitely a good thing. I did want to ask you about, I don't even remember what it was, but with your travel and everything, and earning the extra cash with affiliate marketing, that really is, I think, the lifestyle people are looking for. And so you think about, would you trade more money and less time for, I mean, so would you trade what you have now to get more money on the other side?
I think you're asking, I guess I'm not sure what you're asking.
So,
I
so
don't
with
really
what you
want,
have with all the travel and all and your lifestyle
Mhm,
and the money you're making, so you said it gives you extra cash. Would you
mhm.
trade that, all that travel and enjoyment and the life that you're in right now for a whole lot more money?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Okay.
Well, I think that was the answer I was looking for. Because I already have the lifestyle that I want, and doing the affiliate marketing is an adjunct to that. So I'm
Hmm.
not trading off anything.
Yeah.
I think if that's what you were talking about, and I'm enjoying the learning that goes along with this affiliate marketing business. There's so much learning, and as I've gotten older, it's like I still need to be learning and
Hmm.
always growing and changing and doing that. One of the things I don't think I mentioned was I used to be an instructor at Lake Tahoe Community College.
Hmm.
So, and that's back in the day when the internet was new, and we actually had to write our own curriculum for the courses because it didn't exist yet. And so everything was a huge learning curve all the
Hmm.
time. And and so getting into a different business such as affiliate marketing, I'm going, why am I doing this? I'm having to learn stuff all over again. But it's keeping me excited too.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm enjoying the learning and the continual, I don't want to stop learning and growing and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff,
Yeah.
no matter how old I get.
I think learning keeps us young.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So what did you teach when you were teaching?
Computer science.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Um,
that's I was teaching hand
mhm,
coding HTML and
mhm,
creating business websites and the internet in general.
mhm.
So just basic courses. But yeah, I worked there or taught for, oh gosh, what was it, 98 to 2012?
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good chunk of time. Okay. So what are you, I guess, what are you looking forward to in the next 6 months or so? Business or, otherwise or both? Life and business.
Yeah. I think that what I'm doing here in affiliate marketing is giving me a focus um, of where to go instead of just being kind of, since my husband retired and I wasn't working anymore at the college, you just we tended to just kind of float along and I mean, yeah, we're doing a lot of active stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel a better sense of achievement
Hmm.
adding the affiliate marketing and the learning and all that back into my life than
Yeah.
just being quote retired.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, friends that are retiring and they're looking for jobs. I'm like, what? I
I never
personally
thought.
will never retire. I don't think I will ever retire in the traditional sense. I mean, technically I am retired, but I'm working my butt off
It,
doing something
exactly.
that I enjoy, and I enjoy, like the coaching and all that stuff too. So I think this is it. This is what I'll be doing. Um, so, is there anything that you would like to add to your life? Like maybe teaching some more or writing, things that will supplement your affiliate marketing?
Right. Funny you should say that because am starting to actually write a book. I've been trying to write in my mind, not a book, but like I have
Mm-hmm.
so many ideas, how many books. And one of the software courses offered a AI kind of book thing, and so I've been exploring that. And but what I really like to do is tell people or help. Excuse me. I like to share Lake Tahoe with people, and I
Oh,
have so many books about Lake Tahoe and all the things, not just physical things you can do, but like I want to write a book about a bear's
mm-hmm.
story from a bear's point of view, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the other, like, so I have so many bear encounters that are just hilarious,
Really?
So
Wow.
yeah, and so that's the kind of stuff I'd like to try is, just putting some books out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be fun. So you think so is that so? It sounds like it would be like real life, nonfiction versus like kids books. Like 'cause I can see my first imagination was like, okay, I can see bears and kids and cartoon bears and um,
And that's it. I think it's a little bit of both, and I haven't
okay.
been able to differentiate which way I'd like to go. I mean, I could definitely do both. I
Yeah, I
could
do
do more
both.
of an adult version and then the kids version of,
Mm-hmm.
I've written and I've got a lot of stuff written out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a shiny object person, so I just get waylaid into doing different things when I really should just focus on one or two or three or four or five things at a time.
It's tough. It is tough because there's so much out there, and we want to. I think when you love learning, it's like it's a blessing and a curse, when it comes to it's a curse when it comes to being an online marketer and getting marketed to and all these things that it's like, oh, I can do that and I can do that, I can do that. And so yeah, there's a lot out there. Yeah, that would be fantastic to do both. Yeah, I learned a long time ago. Actually, I learned in the eighth grade. I remember exactly the eighth grade that life's not always either or. You just you can do both sometimes, and usually you can do more than one thing. But I think we're so conditioned, to people tell us we have to choose, and that's not really true. So, yeah, I would say do both. I would love to see both.
Yeah, definitely. Just the time and the fact that I value a lot of my own time.
Hmm.
The doing the fun stuff, and it's like, well, I don't have to work if I don't want to, and then and that runs around in my head, and it's like, yeah, but you really wanted to accomplish, some of this, so.
Have you thought about like making your excursions like a little bit of working, like working on your book while you're at the Tulip Festival or something like that?
When I was still working at the college, well, I had my own website development business
Hmm.
also, and we went to Spain for a month, and this was in um, 2011,
Hmm.
and I had my laptop with me, and I was having to do work to update people's, websites while I was on vacation. And I go, people always say it's great to be able to work anywhere in the world. I'm like, I don't want to work on
Hmm.
vacation.
Hmm.
And so one thing I found out that was kind of funny is that in Spain, the buildings are like made of solid granite. They're just these granite blocks, right?
Okay.
Um, and Wi-Fi didn't go through solid
Oh.
granite walls. And so
Mm.
I'd be up in this granite building in holding my laptop out the window, trying to get the Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
So I kind of appreciate not having to work while
Yeah.
I'm on
Yeah.
vacation.
Yeah.
I don't even own a laptop now. I
Oh,
have
you
my phone and
don't?
no, I have my phone and my desktop. I usually just want to work at home and not,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good, and something most people are striving to achieve, is to get to the where they can just travel, leave, because Prakash does that. You travel and leave one thing, leave it behind. You don't have to take it with you, just leave it behind. I've not gotten to that. I feel like I'm always, because my phone is like I've got everything there and it goes with me, so work goes with me as well. I don't mind so much, um, but yeah, I don't feel like I can just leave it behind. I don't know what would happen. It would explode or implode or something.
Yeah, well, I always do have my phone with me, but at this point, I'm not really working off of my phone.
Hmm.
Um, so, I mean, I have my emails or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so, anyway, I did have another question for you.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
I was wondering because, I mean, I really like what, from my, at least my perception of what you have achieved in your business and in your life. It's like I'm proud of you,
Oh,
like
thank
a
you.
mother hen here. I
Thank
was just
you.
wondering if there was a particular mind shift that was really important for you to get to the point where you're at now.
Um, yeah, there's probably a number of mind shifts that I had to go through, and one big one is, so when I started coaching or being coached, doing one-on-one coaching, my coach said, and I was thinking the same thing when I walked in the door, so to speak. My first coaching session, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna go in there, I'm just gonna submit. And when I get there, he says, okay, I want you to submit. And I was like, oh, okay, well, already there. So I think that was part of it. Just do what the man told me to do, and don't think about it. Just do it. And so that has served me well. And that's what I do now. So I just do it. And I don't feel fear with it either. I don't know why that is, because I've in my life, I've been afraid of everything. And I mean, literally, my kids will joke, "Oh, mom used to be afraid of Scooby Doo." It's like, well, yeah, okay. And I was as a kid, and I don't know why I told them that, but yeah, I was always afraid of everything and afraid of everything, and I think part of it was, you know, fear of failure, of course, which a lot of people have, and fear of success. And for a longest time, I didn't know what that meant. It's like, what the heck? What does that mean? I mean, people say it. What does that mean? And for me, I realized, okay, it means that, okay, I'm in the middle of five kids,
Hmm.
and already, I was the one that went to college. I was the one that did this and went engineering school and all that. And so it made me I was already a very self-conscious person. It made me more self-conscious to just kind of accelerate, my skill and my life and my income and all of that through college. So I don't knock college. People say, "Oh, college is," it's like, no, I believe in college. My kids went to college and they were gonna go to college. Whether they use it or not, that's up to them later. But so just I felt the fear of just, I guess outshining people rather than just kind of staying in my place and being hidden among the four other people or siblings and all my, feel like thousands of cousins. So I just, because I already had the spotlight, I guess, a little bit, because I was the one that went to college out of all of us. And so I had to
Hmm.
get over that whole fear of success. And to me, that was what it was, just being successful or being more successful, and having that spotlight, and as though it had to take a spotlight for somebody else, which it doesn't. And so that was a big shift for me. And I only realized that, I was reading this book. I don't have it handy. It's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's very good. And so when I read that, I was like, oh, that's what that means. And I could identify what he was talking about. So that was probably a couple years ago, I guess. So very recent. And so yeah, so there's a lot of shifts. Another one was, I tried starting businesses before, and you come up with these ideas, you start implementing, or you do the training, you learn the stuff, but that's where you stop. And part of it, of course, being a professional student, you learn, and then that's where it ends. But I always felt like I needed somebody to, like I needed a partner, somebody to kind of walk alongside me and be there with me, and know more than me, or whatever, be more courageous than I am. And I realized I don't need that. I go out and I fail, and I get back up, and maybe I fail again, and I just, that's just it. So that was a huge shift. And on the subject of failure, I one huge shift for me was just giving myself permission to look stupid, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I Before moved in my condo, I lived in a house. I had a lot of yards and a golf course, and so I had to mow my lawn. And so I had neighbors. They're not very far away, but they had their own houses, and I wanted to mow in the morning. And I thought, well, I don't want to be rude and crank up a mower and be loud and everything in the morning. So I bought this electric mower, and it wasn't like a plug-in, it had a battery pack. And now they're prevalent, but they weren't back then. And so it was a big green thing with batteries, and it was just weird. And I'm out there, and I'm in a white neighborhood. I'm like this black person with this weird thing. And so I felt like I was in the spotlight anyway. And now I'm really, out there. And so I got out there and I started mowing. I was like, well, I have to give myself permission just to look stupid once a week. I'm going to go out there and start mowing. And I felt that way for a long time. I had to just kind of keep doing that and telling myself that. And then my neighbor, she was like an older German lady. I think she was like maybe like in her 80s, still out there doing her thing, right? And so she said, I told my daughter for Christmas, I want one of those. I was like, oh. And the neighbor two doors down, they bought one as well. And so now all of a sudden these people are using these crazy machines that I thought was, just made me feel self-conscious because, you know, it was different. And I didn't really want to be different. I didn't want people looking at me or talking about me. But I didn't realize that, it was going to become something for other people and that it was, It turns out for me, I couldn't even mow in the morning anyway because one, it was electric, and two, it's not really great to mow the grass when it's wet. So it's like, oh, okay, I could have just stuck with the gas lawnmower. Instead, I'm out there with this big green thing, but it did catch on, and other people started doing it as well. So, and when I moved here to my condo, I sold it to a lady online, and she came over. We talked for like 2 hours. Now she's one of my best friends, and so I was like, oh,
Wow.
yeah. So, yeah, so that was a big shift for me. You just have to give yourself permission to look stupid once a week, daily for best results, I would say. You look stupid daily, or, but you don't really look stupid. You just feel like, you know,
I like that analogy though that you're saying give yourself permission, step out of your comfort zone.
yeah,
If you
exactly.
think you feel stupid or self-conscious or
Hmm.
something, look around and say, well, maybe that person doesn't, maybe they feel self-conscious too, maybe
That's
they
true.
don't, maybe, all of us, we're all human. And so, these are the things that I think go through most people's
Hmm.
minds at some point or another, unless you're Cardone. Uh, but we, but being able to step out of your comfort zone is I think the biggest part of this business right now for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
obviously. And I still think it's funny because when I was teaching, I wasn't self-conscious about it at all.
Hmm.
But I didn't have a camera on me. We didn't have cell
Yeah.
phones back then.
Hmm.
Nobody was recording me. It wasn't going to live in posterity forever.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anything. So that's kind of maybe why I just feel weird about talking now in front of the camera. So,
Yeah, yeah. I used to teach etiquette, and young kids. I mean, older people as well, but young kids, and I would just tell them, people are thinking about themselves, they're not thinking about you, thinking about themselves, and so they're wondering what you're thinking about. Kind of like what you just said. Maybe they're subconscious too. And I did not think about that at the time when I was doing it, and so I think online there's some of that. People are thinking about themselves and how they look. And but I can tell you as well, I used to I had this friend who was started her business before I did, and so she was she was going live, and I had been on camera a lot, and I knew, well, I shouldn't say a lot. I knew what to do. I wasn't out there doing it, but I was. I saw what she was doing, and she was showing a book, and she had it in front of her face, and I was like, yeah, I could think about. I was like, okay, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. So I was being critical of her, but I hadn't been out there doing it myself. And so it's like, but there are a lot of people out there like that. They're telling you what to do, what not to do. You're doing it wrong, but they're too scared to do it. Because I was too scared to do it, even though I could tell her, she was she was doing 20 things wrong. It's like, well, but have you tried it? No, no, I had not. So I think
Very
about that
good
as
point.
well. Yeah.
And that's one thing I like about being in a community like this is we're able to bounce ideas and
Hmm.
things like that, off of each other and realize that, yeah, that's how we're all feeling at one point or
Hmm.
another.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, you can say you're self-conscious, but okay, take a breath. So
Hmm.
what? So
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this conversation, Beverly. I think it's been
Beautiful.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
Um,
been fun getting to know you, and so now I'm thinking, okay, if I do a retreat, I can come to Deanne's. I can bring my people to Deanne's house.
yeah, let's meet in Tahoe
Bring
for
them all to
sure.
Tahoe. Yep. Yeah, that would be fun. I'm actually from California myself, but I don't think I've never been to Tahoe. If I had, it was a kid, but I don't think I've ever been to Tahoe. But you know how it is sometimes when you live somewhere, you don't really go to all the places, so.
That's something I always tell people because we live in Tahoe and I have
Mhm.
lived there since 1967. We don't do the tourist things, and it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
tourist resort destination.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so it's like friends would come and go, "Oh, yeah, we should go do this touristy thing so you can do it." And that's the only time we do the touristy things is when people
Uh-huh.
come to visit. So it's fun though. We do it maybe once a year. And,
Hmm.
other
Yeah.
than that, we hide from the hordes and we just go off into the mountains
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Well, you can have the best of both worlds in two places, and
yep.
yep, hide when you're ready, and not. Well, thanks a lot for the call, for the interview. Appreciate that.
Me too. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so, yeah, I'll give you this. You can chop it up how you want, and I'll do the same, I guess. And um, I'm not in the Facebook group, so if you want to post it, feel free.
I will. I will. Thank you. And let's do it again.
Yeah.
As soon as I can start breathing again. Oh,
You
okay.
did great. I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it. I enjoyed it.
I feel a little bit better now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So, but you've been doing the videos. I've seen you on Facebook. When Wayne's shown you, you're on there talking.
I just yesterday was the first time I ever did a live Facebook in my life.
Really?
And all I did is walk down my hall and show some of my travel pictures on my
Oh,
walls.
okay.
I
Yeah.
wanted to try to do it because I didn't even know how to go live on my
Hmm.
phone.
Hmm.
So I did that yesterday.
Hmm.
It was Wayne's fault, but
Yeah, that was the scariest thing for me on going live on my phone. Is like I didn't know what to press, and so
mhm.
that held me back. It's like I didn't know how do you do these things, and because am I going to be live trying to press things and put titles on and all of that? So it's like, well,
Well, that's another big step is putting titles on. I don't even know how to
mhm,
do that.
mhm. I usually go back later because I forget. But I go back later and and update
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I know you've talked a lot about using CapCut, and I haven't really done that, but yeah, I think chopping up this is going to be something that's going to be a big learning curve for me too.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, we'll chop it up using, well, not using CapCut. Yeah, something better because something that does it automatically.
Hmm,
Um,
sounds good.
yeah, and then use Submagic to put the subtitles and all the other fancy stuff on it. Yeah.
I
All
shall be
right.
learning.
Yes, yes. Lots of learning ahead. Okay, well, have a great weekend, and yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks.